Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Got a question recently here on the channel from one of the subscribers that I wanted to, it was a really good question. Wanted to answer it in a video format because I figured I think it might help a lot of you out there. And he asked me, the question basically was, he wanted to know what my thoughts were on, if, having a steel frame bike is okay to race, or should you get a carbon frame or whatever. Guys, I don't think I've ever weighed in on this specific topic before here in the channel, but I wanted to do so this morning because I thought this was a really good question. Now, my answer here is very simple. When it comes to your performance on the bike, okay, it has very little to do with the actual bike you're riding or, the components you have or anything like that. What matters is that your bike fits you well, okay, that you have confidence riding that bike, whatever it is, and, that you focus on your ability level on the bicycle. So, so my answer to that gentleman, and I already answered his question directly, but I wanted to make a video. So my answer to him basically was, don't worry about, needing to get a carbon bike. If your steel frame bike fits you well, and you have confidence riding that bike, and you like riding that bike, then that's going to have very little, if any, at all, bearing on your performance in any kind of race scenario or performance scenario. It all boils down to you, your abilities on the bike, okay? Nobody ever got dropped in a race or in a group ride or any kind of hard event, okay? Nobody ever got dropped because their frame, weighed a little bit more than, their buddy's frame or anything like that, okay? If you've got the wattage to hang in there, whatever that lead pace is at, okay? If you've got the wattage to hang there, you're going to hang there. And it doesn't matter what frame you're on. The only thing that matters is that you have confidence on the bike and that it fits you properly. And that it's, mechanically sound, like that your components and, everything is mechanically sound and operating properly. But as long as you've got those things covered, it's basically, excuse me, your performance is going to be basically based on, how good of a rider you are. And that's the only thing that really matters. If you're out there in a race or in a group ride and you got a couple guys at the front and they're setting a pace up, this particular climb, and if they're climbing it, if let's just say that that pace is, 5.5 watts per kilo, okay? If you don't have the physical capabilities to ride at 5.5 watts per kilo for whatever duration of time they're riding at, at that pace, you're not going to hang on. And it doesn't matter if you've got a carbon fiber frame or an aluminum frame or a titanium frame or anything else. All that matters is, can you put out 5.5 watts per kilo for whatever the time duration of this effort's going to be. That's what matters, and that's how you get dropped in a race. It's a question I actually get quite often, and it's something that I always see on different forums or on YouTube comments. Just in general, it's, people are so worried about, the weight of their bicycle or the material their bicycle is made out of. Do I need to get a lighter frame to compete? Guys, that stuff really just doesn't matter. Same thing with the components. Rather you've got, SRAM Red or SRAM Rival or Shimano Dura Ace or even Shimano Sora. Okay, again, nobody ever got dropped on a race or on a hill or in any kind of race or event because they had Shimano Sora and the guys up front had Shimano Dura Ace. That stuff just simply does not matter. If you want Dura Ace on your bike, great. It's great stuff. I ride Dura Ace, got a couple bikes with it. Really good stuff. But, am I going to, drop the guy behind me because he's on Ultegra or 105 or, Sora? Absolutely not. It all depends on, your ability level on the bicycle. It's the only thing that really matters. So again, my answer to that gentleman was simply no. No, your bike frame doesn't matter. If that steel frame fits you properly, fits you well, you've got confidence riding it, And, that's really all that matters, from a performance standpoint. So, no, I mean, my honest opinion is bicycle frame material, like I said, has very little to do with your performance level on the bike. Some guys like to ride steel. Some guys like aluminum. Some guys like carbon. Again, everybody's got personal preferences. But by no means does anybody need a carbon frame to race or to hang with their buddies or anybody else. It always boils down to the rider on the bike. Guys, Eddie Merckx said it best, a long time ago when he said, don't buy upgrades, ride upgrades. That statement, is as true as it gets. You need to ride the upgrades. You need to spend time on your bike riding. You need to focus on getting stronger, making yourself stronger, so that you can perform well on whatever bike you ride. So there you have it, guys. My quick weigh in on the topic of whether or not your bike frame is important or not. It really isn't. Neither are your components, as long as everything's working properly on your bike. It's the only thing that truly matters. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you did, give me a thumbs up. It always helps the channel out. As always, guys, I appreciate the support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys right back here in my next video.